On the first floor, you're against two centaurs who preemptively hit you for 4400 damage each. They don't have too much health, but they do a pretty scary amount of damage, so try to kill them on your first turn. If you only have enough damage to kill one of them, you have to make sure you get the other one down to 30% or less, because after he uses Lone Force, his damage will be enough to kill you. On the second floor, you're against Alron, who preemptively recovers you to full health. She has about 1 million health, and you should be aiming to kill her with 2 attacks. She doesn't allow for too much stalling because she does about 8,000 damage and converts your hearts to green orbs on every turn. When she falls under 50% health, she binds all of your subs, so it might help to bring someone with bind recovery if you don't think you can finish her above half health. On the third floor, you're against Hades, who preemptively reduces your orb time by 1 second for 5 turns. He has 4.4 million health, which normally wouldn't be too overwhelming to burn through, but his orb time reduction makes this floor really challenging. I usually have to use Echidna on this floor to kill him, but in this run I was able to finish him with a nice Suzaku active. On the fourth floor, you're against Leviathan, who preemptively skillbinds your team for 10 turns. I brought Cushionata, Perseus, and Padbear to block the skillbind, but I ended up not having to use any skills on this floor anyway. It's still a good idea to bring skillbind resist if you can, because it's pretty hard to burn through his 2.4 million health in 4 turns without using any active. I could have used Cushionata's active on this last turn, but I really try to make it a habit of not using her active unless I absolutely have to, for example in situations where I'm not able to proc Suzaku's leader skill. On the fifth and final floor, you're against Hera-Beorc, who preemptively absorbs light damage for 10 turns. There are basically 2 approaches to beating Hera-Beorc. The obvious one is to stall until her light absorb wears off and then burst down whatever is left of her health using a Suzaku active and maybe an enhancer like Padbear in my case. You're going to need about 3000 recovery and be able to reach at least 5 or 6 combos pretty consistently if you want to be able to do this. It's a lot easier if you bring a sub with delay or damage reduction because you can buy some extra time if you run out of heart orbs or mess up. The other option is to try to kill her using 2 attacks with a fire dominant team. If you do want to take this approach, you have to be aware of the order of attacks in this game. Anytime you attack with your team, the monsters attack from left to right, starting with the main attributes, and then again from left to right with the sub-attributes. So for example, my team would hit Hera-Beorc in the order of fire, fire, grass, grass, light, fire, grass, grass, grass. What this means is that you'll never be able to kill Hera-Beorc if her light absorb is still up and your helper is a red light Suzaku, because the last attack will always heal her even if your other monsters were able to bring her to 0 health. The other implication of this is that you should place your light monsters on your team as left as possible and all your fire sub-attribute monsters on the right. I've run this dungeon about 9 or 10 times in the last couple days, and I found that it's generally safer and easier to use the first approach, but obviously it takes a lot longer than bursting her down. Regardless of which way works better for you, I hope I was able to help you beat what is in my opinion the hardest of the Heras. Thanks for watching!